surrender to the timer. That is what you have to think when you're doing your dailies. I was listening to a YouTube video this week while I was doing my deliveries. And I don't know what that conversation was about, but somebody was talking about the word surrender, and it just hit me. I pulled up my iPhone notes, and I was like, surrender to the timer. And I was like, yes, that will make the daily so much easier. The word surrender, if you don't know what it means, is Google Dictionary says, cease resistance to an enemy or opponent and submit to their authority. And then the other noun is the action of surrendering. Thanks for that. I resonate with that so much. Oh my God. The moment I realized that, I thought about that yesterday. And today when I was doing my dailies, I was like, I'm just going to do my dailies. I'm going to just let it go. Think about what I'm going to do and just let it go. And trust myself. I'm going to get in the moment and figure it out. I feel so good. The random resistance that comes up ceases. Because when you have these resistant thoughts, we just put them on a pedestal and we put them on a stage. We're in the front row of the stage and we watch them and we applaud them or we boo them. We give them all this attention and they're on the stage like, yes, give me more. Love me or hate me, you're still giving me attention. We're applauding them, throwing them roses or throwing tomatoes. And they're like, give me more. I'm a sadist. This gives me power. And they grow and they get bigger. They're eating tomatoes. They're getting bigger muscles. And we're like, stop it. And they're like, yes, tell me to stop it. But really, we just have to look at them. Just stare at them. Like in that movie, It, where if you're not scared of them, they get smaller, like that It creature. That was like, oh no, you're not scared of me. I turn into baby. Scary movie, but also has some like funny parts to it. But yeah, just not giving it that attention is very hard because we're so used to having this dialogue with it of like, no, stop that. But sometimes we're like, yeah, I agree. But just observing it, letting it pass like in meditation, but while taking action, it's helped me so much. I've been learning to let it just pass and trust myself that if I don't complete everything today, I will sooner or later get completed because every day I'm working on these certain tasks that I find meaning in. And these resistant thoughts try to make them meaningless and diminish their quality because the old story we try to live wants to come up and give us a little show and tell us how horrible we are and useless and worthless, all the lisses. But but once we step into the action, surrender to the physical timer, press go, I'm in it. I'm on stage now. I'm taking control of the show. I am the main character. I ain't no background character. I ain't no, what is it called on stage where they do the lights? AV team. No, I'm the lead. And I'm taking action. I'm pushing the person off the stage and it's me. So surrendering to the timer and just letting it go and having some improv. That's what we're doing on stage. We're having some improv when we're stepping on the stage, doing the surrendering. Surrender to the timer and practice your improv. You're improvising your workout. And every day, you'll get a little better at your improv. Improving organization. That's just that really resonates with me. And what I find when I'm increasing these timer, because every month I always increase it by 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute every single month. Because in the beginning it was 2 minutes, then it was 3 minutes, now it's 4 minutes, now it's 5 minutes. Now it's actually becoming an inconvenience to my routine. But I know I want to make this a bigger part of my life, making sure these dailies are a part of my day, because the more I do it, the more I'm getting things done. It's amazing how 1 extra minute to each of these dailies creates so much more momentum than what it was at the 2 minute mark in the beginning. But as the timer goes up, the resistance comes up, because the old way of living or the conversations you don't want to have with your partner or other people gets in the way. In those difficult conversations that you don't want to have go to the forefront and get pretty ugly sometimes internally. Because sometimes we just don't have these conversations. We don't want to be very authentic about what we want. Because what I'm going to be working on soon with my partner is just figuring out who is responsible for what different tasks during the day, because I feel like I do a lot of the work. I'm not saying he doesn't. He just doesn't know which ones he wants to do. So just having these conversations that's come up. I forgot what book. It's called Fair Play. That's what it is. I'm going to be reading that. Probably incorporating a lot of the things I'm doing now, but he can start doing dailies without saying dailies, because I talk about dailies all the time and how much it's improved my life, but I don't want to shove it down his throat, because he's going to throw it up and be like, "You're making me sick." So, yeah, the increased dailies makes it harder, but surrendering to it and surrendering to conversations, making them lighter, it's a process. It's a sloppy process. And that's what's great about it, because when you're sloppy, it's okay to be messy and gross and disgusting and awful, because you're growing. Because we're not meant to be perfect. We're meant to experience all these emotions. We're just so used to experience the happy, good, positive emotions during our day. But when we're growing, we have to go full circle and get to the oh my God, this is not cute, or oh my God, I just don't want to talk about this right now. Like, why is this feeling coming up? I'm annoyed, but I don't want to express it. Surrender. It's going to be a process. But learn to surrender to the timer. Bring back meaning to why you're doing these dailies. If you don't have the core reason why you're doing it down, get back into it. Get back to journaling of why you want to do these, because there is a reason why it comes up. Why it came up naturally. That the first feeling that comes up, why you want to do it, that's it. We're not trying to ignore it. We're not trying to ignore that first feeling. Surrender. I burped. But we're going to keep going.